First off, I hope we're already done with this. Arriving, sitting down, getting some drinks. I see some people still finishing those tasks. Very good. Next up, we're having a quick review of the schedule, the thing we're doing right now. And after that, our speaker, Sīmanis Mikoss, will tell you about his game and the experience of making this game and publishing this game, Moonaria. After that, I want you guys to voice your opinion. Who do you think should speak in GameDev Meetup in November? And after that, let's have a quick glance at future events for Latvian Game Dev. After that, we're having show and tell, aka the free mic. And then, for some people, it might be the highlight of the event, which is the game. So, and that will be the closing of the official part where networking starts. So without further ado, big round of applause to tonight's speaker, Sīmanis Mikoss.
Hello. So my name is Sīmanis, this is a mouse. I will tell you about the game I made and published in August. It's called Moonaria. But before I tell you about the game, there are a couple of things I would like to get out of the way. First of all, this is like a very quick summary of the presentation. I lost money and time. There are very few players. I like the process of creating the game, and I think that somewhere underneath it all, there is a good game hidden. That's the way I could describe it. Second thing, what did I learn? I learned a couple things. I learned some technical details, which is like inevitable if you make a game. I also think I learned that it's useful to start setting up payments for your mobile game early, and also start creating the game for the intended platform early, because the game started as a PC game, which I ported onto mobile. And the most valuable thing I think I learned was that the most valuable resource for an indie developer is not time, it is motivation. I think we all have a lot of time. We won't die tomorrow. Even if you're like 60, you still have at least one game in you. So yeah, the most valuable thing is motivation. And here is a question for you, dear listener, listener. I would like you to listen to this presentation and tell me what do you think are my weaknesses and how could I improve as a game developer. Okay, all these things out of the way, let's start. This is the plan for the talk. I'll tell you what is Moonaria, and I'll tell you about the development, the marketing and money part, and my future plans. So what is it? Here you can see a screenshot from the game. Moonaria is a mobile game made in Unity. It's a turn-based RPG that takes place on a moon. You control up to 3 characters, and you can like use different kind of skills. And your goal is just to like kill enemies and progress through dungeon floors. And there are like 2 endings, but they're not really much different. There's a light ending and dark ending, but the only difference is like the ending screen. Here is like a short GIF of like attacking an enemy. And at the beginning of the game, you can select your character. There are 3 characters by default, and if you select the random option, there are also 2 hidden characters. So in total, there's 5 playable characters. This is like a stats screen of a character. You can see all the stats: experience, life, mana, defense, attack, and speed. And also the biography, skills, and status. You all are very serious, I don't know why. Very serious faces. Okay, this is a level up screen. When you level up, you can choose between 2 stats. In this case, it's speed or offense. And also there is a mechanic where you can learn new skills. You like step on an object and you can learn one of 2 skills. And if you have like 4 skills, which is the maximum, the scholar offers you to either forget one skill and learn a new one, or just ignore the choice. And this is the team. Starting from top left for you is Wildwow. She's an Estonian artist. Then is Sheferius. He's here. He did some art for backgrounds. Then there's Uniblack or Aris. He was the project manager in the game jam where the game was started. Then there's Sīmanis, me. I did the code and game design. Then there's Imba Marines. He's Latvian living in Spain, who did the story. Then there's Menix, he's right there. He's a DJ, and he, for this game, made the music. And then there's Ogotu. She's a French musician who did like music and sound effects. Okay, about development. This is like a rough overview of the development. It started with an idea, which was quite unrelated to the finished game. Then there was team gathering. I simply posted the original idea. I will go through in the next slide about it. Yeah, I will go through the next slide. The team gathering was simple. I just posted on Facebook and asked if anyone wants to join. And since I have participated in quite a few game jams, I have some friends who are like willing to like go with some new ideas. So I got lucky on that part. And then there were some preparations. I talked with them online. What do we want to do? How do we want to do? And I made a like basic prototype of how the movement works. And then there was Game Jam, Global Game Jam 2022, when the first prototype was made and people could play it. Then there was a brief period in spring where I worked on the game a bit more. I added the new skills and the option to learn new skills. And then there was BRSD, which is a local game day competition. And Moonaria earned second place in popular vote, no, third place in popular vote, and second place in jury vote. So then there was some more development over the summer, and I ported the game to mobile. I tried to add in-app purchase, which would be like, you can play a couple levels, and then you can unlock the full game. But there was a lot of technical difficulties with that, and that's why I opted to make the game simply you pay, and you can play it. And then there was publishing. Well, before the publishing was a bit of testing. I like uploaded it on Google Play Store, but it was only for internal testing, so you could play it only if you were invited. Then I released it, and I did some like paid ads, and released a couple updates. Whew. These are the tools that were used. So Unity, GitHub. No, Unity is the game engine. GitHub was for version control. Visual Studio was for coding. Trello was for task management. Miro is it's like a co-working solution which we used in the game jam, where you have like one big canvas and a couple people can like write at the same time and like draw at the same time. And so we connected on a Discord call and we like talked about the game idea. Then Photoshop was used. I used Paint for like quick sketches of what to do. Also Krita. For audio, I don't know what Maniacs used. You can ask him later if he will stay. And some other stuff I don't know because I was just one person. I didn't ask everyone what kind of tools they used. So this was completely unrelated initial idea. I was doing a drawing challenge where I was drawing every day, and I started drawing Latvian superheroes which are like based on one name. So the first one was Bērziņš, which is like a birch, like a guy with birch arms. Then like a bunch of other ideas, and I wanted to make an RPG-based game where you could like interact with different kind of characters and they would be like interesting. And I like turn-based mechanics, so I drew a lot of inspiration from Heroes of Might and Magic and the old Lego Flash game called Nightfall Incident. Of course, my game is not as complicated as those games, even though I would like to be, and I would like to be like just as good. Anyways, this is some other stuff. A feature that was abandoned, like we wanted to have characters have like different kinds of alignment, so they would be pacifist or violent, selfless or selfish. They would have like piety, justice, wealth, or might alignment. This was abandoned during the game jam. This is a screen of the Miro canvas where we like outlined a bunch of stuff, like what kind of screens are in the game, stuff like that. These are the features that were cut during the game jam. Originally, there was like an initiative system for characters, so right now the game is like that. All the player characters act, and then all the enemy characters act. And the idea originally was that each character has like different kind of initiative, and depending on the initiative, like they like can go like, for example, act twice, and then the enemy acts, and then the enemy acts. Like very complicated, too complicated for game jam. Then there was the mentioned character alignment, a combat log, and I went crazy and I wrote like 40 skill ideas for a game jam. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, but I have gradually added some new ideas to the skills, and there are like 12 skills right now. This is like some sketches of like icons, and then the artist's finished version. Then there's the sketch of a character and the finished version. Here you can see an early prototype. I think it was either the early days of the game jam or during the preparation. So you can move around your character. Then there was interesting bug I accidentally made. Then this is already during game jam. You can already see that you can control your characters and attack enemies. And here is like a list of the skills that are in the game. There's tickle, punch, snipe, inspire, seduce, spit, guard, sap, wound, teleport, poison, and hide. Here's like the diploma from the BRSD competition, and like a small screenshot from the Trello board. This was during the development when I was trying to make the game, as I mentioned, free to play, so you could unlock full version with a one-time payment. So this is like just a snapshot. I think you probably can't read this because it's very small letters, but essentially I'm just asking for help with this issue, and I tried to solve it, and like I connected my phone to the logcat, and this is all the stuff that appeared on the screen. I didn't understand anything what's going on. And eventually I just said, yes, it works. Oh, I'm really bad at telling stories. The big thing is that when I added this in-app purchase thingy, the game didn't work at all. Like you could put it on your phone and you press on APK and it says app not installed. So then I tried to like go back to a Unity version, like I tried to like mix some things up in the Android manifest. Nothing worked, the game didn't like open. So finally, somehow I managed to get it to work, and that's the main reason why the game is paid. It costs €2. Okay, marketing and money part. These are the marketing thingies I did. So there were paid ads on Instagram, Reddit, YouTube, and Google Ads. And like free promotion was on Discord servers. I made a Facebook page, invited a couple of friends. I posted, I think, once on Reddit. I made some YouTube short, a YouTube video, posted a couple times on Twitter. I made like 2 or 3 TikTok videos. I posted on the games page on itch.io and on my LinkedIn page. By the way, I didn't mention that the game is also available for free on itch.io as a PC version. So if you want to try out the mechanics, you don't have to pay me. You can go on itch.io and try it out. Okay, now after this, the numbers part will start. And I have some disclaimers to make. I'm not good at numbers. Second thing is there are a lot of wonky things with statistics. So when you advertise your game, initially you can have better results. And as you invest more, it can like get worse. So everything I will show you will be like kind of approximate. But one thing is not approximate. That's the number of players who bought the game. 18 people. And 10 of those people are from Latvia, so I guess they're my friends and allies. And 8 of those people are like all from the ads and stuff like that. Some calculations. So the green thing is the income from the game. The red is how much I spent on ads. So on Facebook, YouTube, and Google. And as you can see, the result in minus €17. However, when you put ads, like create an ad account on Reddit, they give you $100 for free. So technically, I also spent 23 euros. So it results in 41 minus. Next. I already had the Google Play Console account, so I didn't have to pay the one-time license fee, which is 25 euros. So I lost 66. However, you have to take into account that in order to withdraw from Google Play Store, you need to have at least 100 euros. So technically, I didn't gain anything. And I lost 89 euros. Let's see how big the numbers could go in the future. Yeah. And here are some more numbers about how much exactly I spent on each platform. So on Facebook and Instagram, I spent 10 euros, 5,000 impressions, 124 clicks. Yeah, Google was the best one, but I think that's the effect where you like invest very little, and so they take the best consumers first, and then they run out of the good consumers, and then the conversion ratio will go down. CTR is click-through rate. So, for example, if your ad is shown to 100 people and one person clicks on the ad, that would be 1% CTR. And the worst one for me was YouTube. So, but I guess it also depends on what kind of video I made. Maybe my video was shitty. And on Google, the average CTR that I found on the internet is 0.35%. But it's like, if I remember correctly, it was across all industries, not just game development, not just like for games. Okay, some more maths. So I got 8 purchases for the game, excluding my friends. So that means the store conversion rate was 0.12%. Conversion rate is how many people who go to the store page actually buy it. And this was the average cost of one user, 5 euros. So the game costs 2 euros, and I pay 5 euros to get the consumer. Nice! So the best case for the Google was 2.34 euros per one consumer. And the worst case was 5,925 euros per one player. That would be if I advertised only on YouTube. Some notes, what I found on the internet is that, let me see, generally 1 to 2% is like normal conversion rate. So that means that I need to improve my store page and make it prettier and like add more features to the game. Yeah, so mine was 0.12. And CPI, well, here it's called CPI, that's cost per install. For hyper-casual games, it's usually like $1, and for other types of games, it can be up to 5 times worse. I guess I'm kind of average in that sense. Also, I tried to make a TikTok account for business, yes? Yeah, that's true. Thank you very much for the encouragement. Yeah, I also tried to make TikTok accounts for business to advertise. Turns out you can't do it in Latvia. You have to go through like intermediary. So I just make like couple TikTok videos, and I didn't do this. What else we have here? I also have a YouTube channel where I usually play like Heroes of Might and Magic. And this is kind of interesting that like the Heroes of Might and Magic videos like have 100 views, 300 views, and like for the games like 18 views. So here is like ad for the game that the artist made for school. I will play it now.
Moonaria, God's chosen arena. A hero chosen by gods. You have a chance to show your true self, darkness or lightness. Can you handle true power? A hero, what will you show to the moon?
Okay, that's the one ad, and then I made also like a video. Hello, please go full screen. No. Huh? Yep.
Hey you, did you know that I made a game? You can buy this, costs €2 on Google Play. It's on the moon. You can play as Goatman, Crowman, or Dogman, or maybe a Medusa or a werewolf. You can seduce your enemies, you can kiss your enemies. No, you can't kiss. You can spit on them, you can punch them, you can kick them. No, you can't. You can poison them. Buy my game, costs €2.
Okay, that's the game. Thank you very much.
Hey you, did you know that I made a game?
So my future plans. There are a couple updates I want to make for the game. I want to make like a map where you can like progress across different areas on the moon. Make the AI less stupid. I also want to add a mantra system, which would be like basically item system, and some more content. Some future plans that are not related to Moonaria is like making a new game project. I have a couple ideas, and I would also make like a I would like to make a podcast about game development in Latvian language. I haven't told this publicly yet, but yeah, I would like to interview some interesting people and ask them questions about game development because I want to learn more. And also, I find it difficult to just invite someone on two-on-two talk. I need an excuse to invite person like talk on podcast. Yeah. Yeah, those are my contacts. So I asked you a question, what do you think are my weaknesses as a game developer? So you can be harsh, or if you don't want to be rude, you can also tell me in private. Oh, sure.
Can you give the microphone, otherwise nobody will hear it in the screen.
It's not actually a criticism to you, but right in the front of presentation, you mentioned the time is not the most important resource, it's motivation. Do you remember the time when you tried to upload the developer logs on Pornhub? No, I'm not roasting you, I'm just asking. I think, in a way, motivation comes and goes, but if you stick to something as a routine and discipline, this is just what I wanted to tell you. Like, if you push something as a graphic, like if you push something as a permanent means of your life as a routine, but you need to pick the routine that you like, then maybe you'd, I guess you'd finish more stuff by now. But this is not to say, since you asked, but this is not to say, like, you know, I've opened the page on itch.io, and the first sentence is, your actions will determine the fate of the moon, and how fucking cool is that, man? Like, I definitely think that you have the aesthetics there. I think I'm super glad that you finished this one with you and your team, and honestly, I'd be super proud if I made something like this. So, but yeah, I guess my comment would be about the discipline versus motivation, because you cannot rely on motivation for projects bigger than 2 weeks, speaking from experience.
Did you actually put your devlogs on Pornhub? Why?
Nobody can hear that.
I think eventually Pornhub banned content that's not safe for work. Like, I mean, yeah, I did. So. Maybe 10. I don't know if I uploaded them all. I don't think I started immediately by uploading them on Pornhub. Like, I have a lot of fantasies. I want to advertise my game in a ways that are not very like not only conventional but also not lucrative. I want to do it like, you know how the Egyptians built the pyramids, why the fuck did they do that? I want to do stuff that doesn't make sense. One of these fantasies is I would like to advertise my game on like Schlager TV station or something like that. If I had more money, maybe like on trams or stuff, yeah. Just because I can. Questions?
Okay, I actually had some questions written down. What was the agreement between you and the team? Has there been like a revenue share thing? Okay.
So the question was, what was the agreement between the team and me? And I'm making a lot of mistakes. I didn't like have any formal agreement. We just talked about the idea, and for some reason they're like not too, like how should I say it? Not too worried about this aspect. So maybe when the money starts coming, maybe then they will be more interested. Okay.
I just don't want you to run around. So I guess the question would be, you first published it on itch.io, if I understood correctly. And why did you decide to focus on mobile at that point?
Like, I used to be a person who didn't play mobile games at all. I still don't play them like a lot, but honestly, many of my decisions are not very rational. I don't know where they happen.
It's a learning process. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah, you know, I'm not sure why they did it. Maybe one excuse would be that you need 100 euros to publish on Steam. That's one thing.
Right. Okay.
So instead, spend 80 euros on ads.
Okay. Right. I guess you answered this question before, but one question that I naturally had while looking at your ad expenditures and click-through rates is, what kind of audiences have you actually been aiming when you were setting up the ads? Although hearing your Schlagery reply, I mean...
I was considering like putting on some like screenshots from the like setting up of the ads in the presentation. I didn't see like many ways to like specifically target some kind of specific audience. Maybe on Reddit there was like the option you can post it on specific subreddits. So there I tried out like posting on black and white, like photography, since the game is black and white. But otherwise, I have no idea what kind of person would like this game, so I didn't like narrow it down. Maybe like I didn't put it for like really old people. Just yeah.
When you were setting up the ads, have you considered that someone in your like vicinity of your friends work with mobile games and you can ask them for help with ads, or like in that regard, like why haven't you, or have you considered this thought?
One thing I'm obsessed about is understanding the entire process of the game development. So one of the many reasons I wanted to release a game was to see like everything from start to finish. So that's why I did it by myself. Vladimir is right. Listen to him.
I'm not roasting you.
I'm not saying you are. It's like
right. Okay. I'm just a few questions, and well, in case you were looking at as the process of figuring things out, like I guess you succeeded in that regard, like at least in some parts. Yeah, like Jazep's mentioned, like 1 or 2% is for the free-to-play stuff when it comes to mobile stuff. Right. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to ask any more stuff. This was the podcast format, right? You were aiming at. I just wanted to say that it's super cool that you have stuff published, and it's not a consolation prize. I think you have achieved like the next step. I'm still waiting for Tyrannosaurus Rex, but I don't think this is going to happen. Like, but actually, if you consider the work of Sīmanis and everyone who worked on that project before and after, like 5 years ago and 4 years ago, I'm very happy to see that everyone who worked on it is growing as an artist or as a professional. So I definitely encourage making more stuff and not stopping there. Like, you've learned some stuff, you've answered some questions, and maybe you consider something else next time. Anyone else has any questions? Andres.
So, firstly, that's not a roast. I absolutely love your every presentations. Like, you're the best at them. They are the most fun. Your presentation last game wave like blew my mind. secondly, you partially answered it, but I still want to like hear more on it. I don't get you at all. Like I don't understand why you are doing this stuff. So can you slightly maybe try to enlighten me? So is it just like trying this process, learning stuff? Did you want to earn money? Do you want to have fun? Do you want to like develop some kind of development skills? Like what would have been or what has been a great outcome from this?
My answer is yes. Okay, I'll try to be positive. The main reason why I'm in game development is because I think it's like a form of self-expression where you combine like every aspect. You have like music, writing, art, programming, like some marketing. If you can consider, I guess you can consider it an art as well. So that's the reason why I like it. I'm just really bad at it. That's why like you don't see me succeeding. Like I'm good at some aspects, like maybe like the theme is interesting, but I haven't managed yet to like make something. Like I'm really impressed with you, like you are still working on that the game from the BRSD, the Case of Golden Idol. So yeah.
So I'm going to push back on this. You said you're not good at it, but you said your aim is to self-express. So haven't you self-expressed here? Aren't you happy with what you've made?
I mentioned in the beginning that I think there is a good game hidden here. It's almost good. And I'm also really happy about the artist that I worked with. She's like very good to work with. It's always really satisfying when you like have an idea and an artist like puts it more beautifully. But yeah, I would actually like my dream in life is to be able to like fund my creative projects. So like yeah, that's my goal. Not to be like too like focused on money, but I would like to be able to fund my projects.
I really liked the end of the presentation where you actually showed how the calculations of your income is being done, like what is the cost per acquisition and how much the actual game costs. So it was $5 per user and the game costs $2. So what would be your suggestions or maybe your next steps to actually get cost per user below the cost per game?
Like intuitively, like not rationally, but intuitively, I would like to like improve the game. But I guess the most important part would be improving how the ads look like, checking out which like keywords work better, what kind of graphics work better, and the same thing on the store. Maybe it's worth considering like returning to the paid like one-time payment, unlocking the full game option. It might be like more sort of lucrative because like it's easier to get a person to install the game if it's for free, and then like getting to buy the full game might be easier than like instantly buying a full version. So I remembered a couple of things I forgot to mention. I also wanted to include in some stuff about taxes, because whenever like see presentations about the games people have made, I always want to like know how that works. But I haven't figured that out. I have contacted the IRS of Latvia. Like I'm trying to figure out how all the taxes go for the game. So in case if somebody has published the game as a self-employed, not as a company. Ah, yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Also, I remember they wanted to do like a quick interview. Like, I'm just curious. You will have to raise your hands if you have ever purchased an app, like bought an app. So we have. Okay, so it's like a mobile, yeah. It was 2 people, 3 people. No, I mean like bought a game or an app. And who has made like an in-app purchase? Made an in-app purchase. Yeah, you can see the difference. It's like more reasonable. Do the reviews matter? Because if it's a good game, I mean, maybe for the algorithm, yeah, but still. At least in YouTube, it's like if you leave a negative comment, you still like feed the algorithm. Yeah, I don't know how it works on Google Play. Any other questions?
I kind of will have 2 questions. The first one is, how long did it take for you and the team to make the game? And the second one is, did you thought maybe about going to a publisher, flesh out the game, or put some Kickstarter up or something, just to get more traction or go bigger with the project?
Publisher, I haven't thought. I don't think it's. I don't think a publisher would be interested in this. Maybe they would. Yeah, but yeah. Okay. What was the other question? So since January, I did like I worked on it in Global Game Jam, BRSD, during summer and during spring a bit. Yeah. It's not a full-time thing.
Okay, let's cut the questions, and we can definitely catch Sīmanis and talk with him in private and know all the details. So next up, let's put back the slide back to the other presentation. Yeah, here we go. So we're having a bit of a break, and also, yeah, it's good. Also, please now take out your mobile devices or your laptops or whatever you have taken with you. Either scan this code or go to strawpoll.com/GameDev Meetup 114, and please express your opinion who should be the next speaker. And we're having a break until 8 o'clock. There are more options, but yeah, he's one of the options again. You filled the form. I just compiled the results. What is the slide result? Pobral slide? 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 Okay.
Results or what?
Results. Yeah.
Have everyone scanned the QR code in time? Like, everyone for one code? Unless you want to. Yes, you can scan it now.
Oops. Nope, sorry. Okay, let's leave it there for now. Yep. Okay, guys, I hope you had the chance to vote. I hope you had a chance to refill your drinks. And we are moving on. But before that, congratulations to the winner. Very narrowly, we have a Lithuanian. Oh, come on, don't you dare to boo. So we're having a Lithuanian guest next time. And he will tell us about Lithuanian games industry. A little spoiler alert, there's a huge growth there. But we are moving forward, and last week I was in Poznan and I met Jazips there, and Jazips had an idea. What if we tell our community of upcoming events in a way of a calendar? So let's go and quickly look over what's expected in the few months ahead of us. So let's start with recurring events. I really hope there are people who know what is TriJam, but if not, let's rectify it right now. So TriJam happens every single weekend from Friday to Sunday. It's organized by one of our studios, Rock Knight Studio, and it is a 3-hour game jam. It's happening online. The planning phase does not go into the game jam. So, and you can also choose how you take your 3 hours. And I would very, very strongly encourage people to participate because this is like the ultimate test of planning and scoping. Next up, let's continue talking about recurring events. I have noted GameDev Meetup just in case someone doesn't know, every second Wednesday of the month. Then let's keep talking about recurring events, and we have a new addition. So the guy who is the regional organizer of Global Game Jam, Aurian Skoja, he has started a new tradition, which is Alternative Engine Jam. And Alternative Engine Jam is basically an online game jam where you are supposed to use non-popular game engines. So that's it for recurring events. Let's go have a quick look at October. October, we're having Liepāja IT Day, which is 19th of October. So this is an event for kids from grade 8 till grade 12. So maybe you have some little brothers, sisters, anyone like that. And it is meant to inspire those kids to go into IT, including game development. And we actually have Jazips going there and participating. And he's going to tell those kids a little bit about what is Latvian GameDev and what's Latvian GameDev Association. In addition to that, we have 2 amazing companies as well going there, inspiring. So one of them is Estoti, and the other one is Odyssey Studios. So after that, right away, I have marked down. So there's DevGam Games Contest, and this is an online event that has the submission date until the 20th of October. And this is basically kind of like normal games awards, except you get money and other prizes for winning. Hey, maybe check it out. Maybe it's worthwhile for you. Moving on, November. November is Gameway Festival. So it's organized by Latvian Technological Center, and probably we'll hear more about the event during show and tell. After that, January. January, as is a tradition, Global Game Jam. This time, we're also having at the same time Global Game Jam next. Well, we're supposed to have it, but unless we find a school that's actually going to organize it, Latvia is not going to have it. So if you have any sort of contacts in schools, please raise them. Also, as far as I know, we still lack the site organizer for our local Global Game Jam. If you feel like this is something you want to do, hey, why not step up? And after that, in February 27 to 28, this is Global Games Awards. And this is an event, an online event, where prizes are awarded to best games in different categories, including best student game, best game jam game, best hobby game, and best commercial game. And again, you can win money and other prizes, and this one has bigger monetary awards, so hey, maybe you want to check it out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me yeah.
Yeah, I would also announce that DevGam Game Fest 2022 will be held from November 23 to November 25, and it will be fully online. Search in Google DevGam Game Fest. You can also apply for the legendary DevGam Awards, and it has a prize fund of $20,000. So yep, search for DevGam Game Fest 2022, and there will be also live interviews with game developers and streaming showcase featuring popular game bloggers and stuff like that. So yeah, go and check it out.
Okay, so I've put up the links. So if you want to know more about each of these events, here are the links. I'm gonna also put it in our Discord and other places so you can actually follow up. But enough about the events. Enough about me talking. How about you guys talk? Free mic, show and tell. Who's up? Don't be shy. Free microphone.
Yeah.
May I put a presentation also? Or it's not allowed? PDF it. Yeah, okay, my name is Ints from Latvian Technological Center. I will say some words about GameDev Festival. And maybe some introduction. We started it last year, 2021. It was organized in Jūrmala, in Latvia. I think it was one of the few events that was as a physical event. All others were online, and actually it was quite successful and interesting. And this year we had to change the location to Tallinn, and there are few regions. One of the main regions, the reasons is that logistics. Actually, all the flight prices are just now booming, and our Finnish, Swedish, and all Polish colleague participation is quite complex. It's better for them to travel to Tallinn than to Riga. Okay, yeah, but what we will have this year, we will have 4 tracks. General track, XR track, Art and Unreal Engine. Why Unreal Engine? Because we have very good friends in GameCon, Pärnu Estonia, and they are quite now pushing Unreal Engine in this region. They have academia, and that's why there will be a special track for Unreal Engine about these platforms, mobile and PC. And then of course the game pitching possibility and business-to-business meetings and expo and business area. Also currently we are working with IGDA Finland about possibility to have the mentor cafe. And it's almost 80% chance that we at this moment that this mentor cafe will be held. So that's some interesting things and parties, and some more. Can we move forward? About the Nordic game, this is why we have to change the dates from the September to the November, to starting from July. We were in negotiations with Nordic game, and we agreed that we will have grand finals on 28th of November during our GameDev Festival. And now there is one more important deadline. It is 14th of October, where you still can submit your game for the semifinals. For this season, last semifinals. The winner of the semifinals is going to the finalists. At this moment there are 8 finalists, so there should not be more than 9 finalists. Yes, just a second. And from these 9 finalists there will be 3 grand finalists selected, and then 3 grand finalists will be pitching during the GameDev Festival. Yeah, Jāzeps.
Thank you. So what kind of games are eligible to compete here?
Any time of games. Yeah. This is at this moment, at least all the games are eligible. This is something like a reference from their side to Baltic region, so that all can participate. So still you have chance till the Friday. And what is interesting is that these grand finals will be broadcasted live on their Nordic Game Twitch channel. Last time they had 58,000 viewers. And this year it will also, we assume that will be the same numbers. And practically I think that is now 100 for sure, that before these grand finals we will have Baltic panel discussion with 3 Baltic countries. From Lithuania, Rikardas, from Estonia, Andrejs, and from Latvia, more likely it will be Nauris. Well, they will have this opportunity to present what is happening in our region, and we hope that we will manage to agree with Nordic Game that this panel will be also streamed on their Twitch channel. So, of course, then the chance to show your game in the expo area. And and if you are a supporter of our event, like a sponsor or other support, you will have a chance to have a 15-20 second video presentation during the Nord Game Discovery Contest Grand Final live stream. So let's go further. Okay, some facts about the previous game wave. You can read it. Very nice event. Let's go further. We had 36 great speakers. Some of you already recognize some of them. Let's go further. More than 220 registered participants, 25 countries. More, next slide please. More than 100 business-to-business meetings. This year also we will have this online meeting possibility. Then 3 really confirmed deals with publishers and many more of them in the process. So next slide please. Okay, we hope that this will be really the largest and biggest business-to-business event in Baltics region. Next slide. Supporters, let's go further. You can also read them. Some, if you want to support, we are welcome. So next slide. And yeah, if you can't find support package or you have some other ideas, so you can scan this code and read what the support packages are at this moment. Next slide, please. Discounts to hotels. About the hotel prices. There are 2 hotels at this moment available. Both are Tallink. One is Tallink 3-star hotel. This one Tallink Express hotel. Prices per twin room is 52 euros, including breakfast. So per person it is 26 euros, quite affordable price. And for Tallink Spa and Conference Hotel, it's 4-star hotel, it is 82 euros per night, of course, including breakfast. Tallink ferries, I think it might not be interesting for you. You are in Riga. We don't have Tallink links with Tallinn. Okay, next slide, please. Yeah, and one more thing. If you want to support us and you have ideas or you don't, you have also to want to be a speaker or whatever you want to contribute for our event, you're more than welcome to contact us in different ways, call or email. Next slide, please. And this is the most interesting slide, why I was pushing so far. Okay, this is GameDev. Scan this code, and especially for this meetup, there is a promo code. And this promo code is working till midnight tonight. 25% discount of the early bird prices. After midnight, this code is not working anymore. So use the chance, register. And yeah, the invoice you will have a chance to pay in 48 hours. So use this opportunity for all the meetup participants. Okay, some questions? It depends. There are different student tickets. There are normal business, normal studio price, and there is also business. For the students, it was, Agnes said, 49, including VAT. It was 54. Then for studios, it was around 140, something like that, and the business, it's more than 200.
How many tickets have been sold so
So
far?
far, we have sold 20 tickets. No, not only from Latvian. We have at this moment Poles we have registered. We have also Finns registered. We don't have Swedes. Some Estonians. Three Lithuanians. 1 Canadian. What else we have? Don't remember exactly at this moment. You can be also the speaker, Vlad. Why not? No. This was a really hard talks with Nordic Games and actually when we moved, we even haven't agreed, but we had 90% agreement that there will be this event. Because there was this Slash is happening middle of November, and we were a bit competing with Slash, but then we managed that they are coming to the Baltics, because there is no such events in Baltics, never happened. Okay, that's it. Some more questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Round of applause. So, anyone else? The mic is still open. Don't be shy.
Can we maybe put on my... Yeah, can you put on the screen Steam page of Golden Idol? Yeah, great. Thanks. So actually a bit of, this will be a kind of ad for GameWave, because in last year's first GameWave event is where I participated with our game still in much earlier stages, and this is where we met a scout from PlayStack who played the game, really loved it, and we built a relationship, and eventually we signed a deal at the end of the year. So GameWave brought us actually a publisher. So consider it quite seriously. But the second thing is, since the spring of last year, when we participated in the Beidz runāts ar Darīt contest, we've been working on this game, then eventually we got publisher. This year we've been seriously working on it, and we've finished it, and it launches tomorrow. Tomorrow is the big release. So, in case you like detective games, check out the demo. It's available. It's quite big, and if you like it, tomorrow you can buy it. That's it. How much? I think with the launch discount could be something around 15 euros. I think.
Yes.
I was just wondering, like, when you signed the deal with publisher, did you have any control on how the price is picked, or was it the price your idea, or did they suggest it to you? Like, if this is okay to ask.
Super honestly, I don't remember if in agreement it was set. But honestly, our attitude with my partner, my brother Ernest, has been they are the publishers. They know the business shit better than us. Whatever the price makes sense to them, we're gonna fly along, unless it's like really something off. But overall, yeah, this has been all on their side. Yep. Any other questions? Okay. Thanks.
So, anyone else?
Whoa, microphones. Yeah, that one. No, yeah. Not that. No. Not this. I wish I made this. Yeah. It's one word. Clearly. Yeah. So, let the trailer roll for a moment. Let it go. Can we have some music? Yeah. So I made a video game. Wow. Yeah, we released it. A little help from Mr. Yazeps over here as well. Little help from a publisher called TinyBuild. Reviews are quite positive. I believe it's at 95% right now. And yeah, at some point I want to talk about how this went. Right now I'm a bit too stressed about it. But yeah, I made a game. Look, people like it.
Questions.
Right. Thank you. Hi. Happy how, like, we've messaged each other at some point, right? No, I'm just curious. Congratulations on bringing it there. I was wondering, as TinyBuild usually does, they had a 3-day free weekend, right, for the game, if I remember correctly, right at the launch. How? Okay, I think I'm just running ahead of me. But ideal, was the most sales made during that 3 days, or is the tail going steady? Like, don't reveal any numbers because...
So that's a good question. It was actually a bit stressful for me to have that free weekend at the start, right? Because you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, during the weekend we had 100,000 players. So initially there was a sales bump, then it kind of steady went forward, but then at the last day it went up. And from what TinyBuild told me was we got to, usually the sales thing is like a week, and then it kind of peters out. For us it was a week and a half, and then it eased out. Of course we don't know what it would look like if we launched it paid straight away, but hey, yeah. Yeah, there might be more free weekends on the future. Yeah. Anything else?
More questions?
Hey, what's the tech stack behind the PvP part? Technology stack that, yeah, for PvP part.
I have very little understanding on the, I mean, it's made in Unity, and then we hired a team of ruthless Ukrainians to do the online part. So I know it's peer-to-peer, and I know it's I think it's using the Unity stuff for their networking, their new stuff. But beyond that, I try to understand as little as possible from that.
Any more?
Yeah, is the game just on Steam or other platforms as well?
Thank you. That's probably important to mention. It's on all the platforms. It's everywhere. On the consoles, on the Epic Store, and everything. It's not on GOG though. That was a problem.
And any more questions?
Right, the usual questions. How many of you were there to make the game? Why did you made it? And what's the best selling point about it?
That's like a whole talk. I think like I'll go in more detail at some point during like when I have more time to talk about it. It was initially a solo project. It was a solo project for 2 years, I'd say. Then TinyBuild came on. We got a music man. We got the ruthless team of Ukrainians, as I mentioned before. And then on the last year, we got also, well, that's all is like last year. And then we got Yazeps this year to help finish up the Unity part. Because like the last 10% of game development is like last 90% as well, right? Was there more to that? I think there was more. Why did I make it? Why did I make it? I was doing startups and I got sick of making things that I don't really care about, and I had some money, so I made a video game. And the best selling point about it, it's got a really unique movement system because spiders walk on walls. You can kill spiders and be a spider. Isn't that what everyone dreams about?
Okay, Vladimir, can you do it in private? Let's move on. Yeah. Thank you so much, and I really hope to hear you in an actual talk where Vladimir can ask all the questions, like all of them. But is there anyone else who wants to show or tell and show? What have you been doing the entire month? Okay. So I was hoping there will be more people, at least one. Or maybe it was a completely selfish reason, because I want to talk as well. All right, so I'm taking a break from all the game dev stuff, which means that's why I'm organizing the biggest game jam the Baltic States has ever seen. So we're taking an entire castle, putting around 400 to 500 professional game developers already have been talking to tiny indie companies as well as the big ones, so CD Projekt Red, Ubisoft. So that's why I went to Sweden and then to Poland, and I'm going next month to Norway. And yeah, guys, who wants brochures, I guess? You can pass them around. If you don't want them, you can just pass them and not take them. Yeah, I've also organized the meetups. And yeah, Castle Game Jam is happening next year in June in a castle. Anyone else who wants to talk? Show and tell or don't show? Vladimir, what have you been doing?
Hi. So, right. I don't have anything to tell you, except I've been thinking about, a simple puzzle game with, finding some Latvian artist and then finding someone who plays Kokle or some other things, but I'm not gonna tell you about this unless if anyone wants to make a simple match 3 game, let me know. Why did I write IMDb? Have anyone seen 3 billboards in Ebbing, Missouri? Right. That's the movie, right? So 3 billboards. It got Oscar, I think, in 2019. Wow, it was so far ago. So basically, there's another movie from the same director who made it, by Martin McDonagh, who used to be a theater director. And I've seen the next movie from him, Banshees of Inisherin, in Hamburg. And I think this is the best movie of 2022. So if you're okay with seeing the trailer, I can just turn on the trailer. Like you asked me what I've been doing. This is the most significant event of my month. Like, I literally cried at the theater. I had a nervous breakdown there. This movie is fucking depressing, but so see it.
If I've done something to you, just tell me what I've done to you.
I just don't like you no more.
Have you been rowing?
Have you been rowing?
Have we been rowing? Well, you are rowing.
It does look like we're rowing.
You can't just stop being friends with a fella.
He's dull, Siobhan.
But he's always been dull.
Maybe this whole thing has just been about getting you to stand up for yourself.
How are you, fatty? Dancing with your dog, is it?
What did you come here for?
I just came to kick your door in and give you a slagging.
Why aren't you talking to Porrig no more?
That wouldn't be a sin now, would it, Father?
No, but it's not very nice either, is it?
What I've decided to do is this. I have a set of shears at home, and each time you bother me, I'll take one of my fingers off with them. Starting from now.
But shush like, Porrig. You know, shush like.
Yeah, I'd shush like.
It's about one boring man leaving another man alone.
One boring man. You're all fucking boring.
Let's just call it quits.
We won't call it quits. We'll call it the start.
You asked and I delivered. So, just a brief thing. I'll just tell it to you why I think this movie is pretty cool. Basically, 2 friends in Ireland, 1923, and one of them decides that he's not going to talk to another one. Like, you've seen everything in the trailer. So I can sit near Sīmanis, if that makes sense. But, right. So, and then, since one of them is the musician, he says, every time you talk to me and like disregard my personal boundaries, I'm going to cut my fingers off. You've seen it in the trailer. I'm not going to tell you spoilers about it, but I think the whole movie just makes you think, I guess, whether someone ought to be someone's friends just because they were communicating before, but also about the human stuff. And I guess director could know the war is going to happen, but I think it definitely puts the movie in a very different perspective of sorts. And wow. But yeah, if you get the chance, look at it. I think it's not the games that leave the most impressions on some of us, but the things that we see on the outside. And I think if you perceive things as art, like as games of impressions, as expressing yourself, I think this one is definitely one of the strongest means of expressing McDonald's work. I cannot pronounce this surname, but you've asked, and thank you for.
Well, I've definitely gained a new perspective of asking my questions more specifically. So back to the, round of applause. Back to the, where did stuff go? Do you know where did stuff go? Is this the stuff? It's the wrong. Am I opening the wrong stuff? Oh yeah, that's okay. The my presentation, just gone now. Okay, let's have a sneak peek in Sīmanis Discord. A bit of an invasion in privacy. Yay! Yeah, you just launch it, and you're doing great. Just go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was. I might have just not, but anyway. Let's just imagine it never happened. I hope your vocal cords are ready, because it's time to earn some beer, I guess. Yep.
Wait a minute. talking about movies. Yeah, so let's play the game. Maybe somebody has seen the movie. Oh, yeah. So the rules are as usual. I will show you some pictures. You combine them and you guess the name of the game. So let's start with the first one. This will be an easy one, I hope. So 3, 2, 1. I'm afraid to press it again because then it could go straight to the answer, but I will do it again. Oop, yes. Louder, louder, louder. If you have an answer, shout it out because I will not hear you. No. Yes, Mega Man, exactly. Mega Man. So you get a free drink. So the next one will be a lot harder. So yeah, Mega and Man. This one be a lot harder. 3, 2, 1. Yes, yes, of course. Yes, FIFA 23. And I just moved the wire and come on. Yeah. HDMI source detected. Yes, so it's Fi and it's the note Fa and 23. So FIFA 23. So why is the game here? Because as I found out, a singer from Latvia, which is living in London right now, Aleksandra, her song is in the official soundtrack of FIFA 23, which is pretty awesome. And the song, we'll put the song on after the meetup, so you'll be able to hear it. It's really, really awesome. And as usual, the last one from some of the previous meetups. So maybe some of you who have been there will guess it, but others will have to try to guess the name of the game. So 3, 2, 1. What? No. 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 So, nope. No. Nope. So, the second picture represents some action, something happening. The second picture is some conflict. Yeah, so the second name, no, yeah, that's the second. And now you have to guess the first one. No. So who is he praying to? Yes, God of War. God of War, yep. So God of War. So yeah, I'm now waiting for visa to move for some time away from Latvia. I usually add a see you slide to my presentation. I am not sure if I will see you in person in the next meetup, but I will try to join you live and maybe live stream the game. Let's see. But I hope to see you maybe not in the next meetup, but maybe in a while. So see you and thanks for coming to the meetup.
Okay, good job. Don't forget to claim your drinks. Yeah, we're probably not switching back to my presentation, are we? Okay, yes, Sīmanis has spoken. Anyway, thank you for coming. Follow GameDev social media. Join our Discord if you haven't done that yet. And that's it for the stream. Thank you, all 3 people who have been watching. At one point, not anymore. Okay, let's cut the stream, and it's